We are beginning our study and survey of the different living things in the ocean. And so we're looking at the biology of the animals and plants and organisms that live in the ocean. And bio means life, ology is the study of, so this is the study of life in the ocean. So when we look at life, we tend to study three main characteristics or parts of those animals or plants. And so when we look at living things, we study their compounds, so the biological compounds that the organisms are made of. We also look at the requirements, so what the organism needs to survive. And then we look at the behaviors of the organism, so what it's doing and why. And so by studying these three things, we come to a very full and complete knowledge of of the living thing that we're looking at. So by looking at its behaviors, its requirements, and its compounds, what it's made of. But if we're going to talk about living things and studying living things, then we need to come to a definition or a common understanding of what it means to be alive. And there's the opinion of scientists of what it means to be alive varies greatly. And so if you want a set definition of what it means to be alive, there really isn't one. Depending on who you talk to, it'll change. So, but what most scientists can come to an agreement on is that there's two characteristics associated with life. So the first characteristic being respiration, meaning cellular respiration, so the burning of sugar with the process of like the Krebs cycle and all of that kind of stuff. So not respiration as in breathing, but actually cellular respiration and the burning of sugar. And the second type characteristic that you have to be considered alive would be reproduction. Okay, so you have to be able to pass on your genetic information to the next generation. So those two characteristics, respiration and reproduction, are what you need to be considered alive. And that definition as well can kind of like get to be in a gray area because some scientists will debate as to whether or not like a virus is alive because it depends on other things to do respiration and reproduction for it, but it has, some would consider viruses to be alive. So those are the two characteristics that we will use to be associated with life, and